welcome to the East Kentucky Works podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jennifer Breeze.
And I'm Jaeclinn Kaiser. Hey, Jen, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
What's your weekend been like, or what's going on? I think upcoming weekend is Memorial Day weekend. You got any fun plans?
No plans just yet. I'm sure we'll probably grill out at our house with our neighbors. We do that so much. We have a pool, so might be opening the pool. We're not sure yet. So that will be fun.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I
Yeah.
want a pool so bad.
Yeah, it's just an above ground pool, but it's so nice. It doesn't even matter. And my
Yeah.
brother's in from the Marines right now, so we've just been spending a lot of time with him until he goes back, goes to his next place, which is North Carolina. So we've just been having a lot of fun hanging out.
Awesome. Yeah, I love the warmer weather and just more relaxed schedules. My kids are almost done with school, so I'm looking forward to Memorial Day weekend and just having some time with family. We always spend time at my husband's mom's house, and also usually take a trip up into Ohio to visit some family gravestones. We have a tradition of doing that every Memorial Day weekend, and just putting fresh flowers, cleaning off the stones and getting
Yeah,
fresh flowers there and stuff like that. It's nice.
that is nice. Well,
Yeah.
today we're going to be talking about some myths and some truths. Basically, Mythbusters with Jen and Jaeclinn. So, how do you feel about
That's right.
that?
I
Uh,
think it's going to be awesome. And I think this is going to be a really good one for, it doesn't matter if you're a job seeker or an employer. Like, there are myths that and misconceptions that people have about our Kentucky Career Centers and the work that we do. And so we're just going to be breaking all those down today.
yeah, so let's get started with our first myth, which is people with substance use disorder or who are, justice involved will never change and can't find meaningful employment. You want to talk about some truths to that?
Yeah. That's a really unfortunate myth and completely not based in any fact at all. I think, you know, anybody that has been around people in recovery long enough will know that there is absolutely 100% possibility that people can change and they do recover and they do turn their lives around. And we see that all the time here at EKCEP, people that have just, picked themselves up and dusted themselves off and they're ready to do life differently this time, but they just need support. Um, so recently I went to the Middle Kentucky Career Center in Lee County, and I met a newlywed couple. They're the sweetest, Kyle and Cassie, and they both were in need of a job. Before they came to us, they had been in recovery. They said the clinic got us clean, but this Kentucky Career Center kept us sober, because they had cleaned themselves up, but they needed jobs. They needed a reliable income in order to maintain that clean lifestyle. And so we helped them with different kinds of jobs. They started off with some smaller work experience type things, and then they moved on to, um, they both got their peer support certificates, and they both have been employed at a big bakery down there. I forget the name of it, Flowers Bakery. And so it's a really good job, like very high paying job. And they were so happy and so grateful. Like when I sat down and talked with them, like they couldn't say enough good things about the support that they received from their career advisor, which is Angie Morris, and their jurors. So we've talked before about our jurors, which is a job entry and retention support specialist. So those are support specialists specifically designed to help people that are in recovery or reentering the workforce. And so their jurors was just so instrumental in helping them with things. But they went from like not being able to afford to give each other a Christmas gift one year to like the next year totally having enough money to buy themselves gifts and other people in their family. And they bought a new car, and they saved up enough money. They're going to get tinted windows put on that car now. Like, I mean, really big, big, big turnaround. And it was cool to witness. And, that's just one example of many, many, many examples of people that are in recovery that are very much amazing people in the workforce. Like Kyle, they said, when he started at the bakery, they were a little bit like, criminal record, let's talk. And once they heard his story, they're like, okay, we're willing to give you a chance. And they did, and he's doing so well. He's in line for a promotion, and he's training the other new people that come in, and he's like the role model there at the factory um, for how to be a stellar employee and how to just roll up your sleeves and do what's needed to be done. And so, yeah, I think that completely smashes that myth, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's so powerful too, because you said, it kept them sober. Like, they got clean, but this kept them sober, and, they're making a great life for themselves. Second chance is, I mean, that's awesome that he is now their number one employee that is helping train all the other employers. If that's not myth busting, I'm not sure what is.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you ever hear somebody saying that, people that are just involved aren't going to be able to make a change, you can just tell them that story. Go ask Kyle and Cassie about that.
Yeah. All right. So our second myth that we hear a lot of is the Kentucky Career Centers only help people find blue collar or factory jobs.
I hear that one a lot.
Yeah.
I say I've known purple people personally that that think that, like, oh, it's only for, I have a degree, they probably can't help me because I'm looking for different type of work than what they would have. And that's not the case at all. There's really a diverse range of industries that we serve. Um, you know, Healthcare is one, and we're not talking about just like, um, in the kitchen at a healthcare facility. We're talking about
Yeah.
nurses and LPNs and all kinds.
SRNAs,
Yeah,
all of it.
technicians, like all kinds of really cool jobs in the healthcare industry, IT, professional services, education. We see lots of jobs come through for the schools and for Head Start and things like that. And then there's advanced manufacturing, which should not be confused with like old school factory work. Advanced manufacturing is really like super smart, like scientific, like engineering kind of stuff. And we have here in Eastern Kentucky, we have EKCEP, which is a training facility that helps with the Advanced Manufacturing Institute. And those graduates, they go through a 5-month training, which EKCEP helps them pay for. And at the end of 5 months, almost every single one of them have a job lined up when they graduate. And it's like $50,000-$60,000 annual starting jobs.
Yeah, that's
So
incredible.
that not your average factory work at all. And then remote work opportunities too. And I know that that's something that a lot of people are looking for these days. So if you were thinking that Kentucky Career Centers only offer, factory jobs, definitely think again, because there's
Yeah,
a
definitely a
huge
myth.
wide variety of things that we're helping with. In fact, just a couple episodes we talked with Adam Bowman,
It
who,
was a jockey, literally.
yeah,
And you wouldn't even think that, like, oh, the Kentucky Career Center can't help me do that. Like, they put him through, they helped put him through jockey school. They handled all the financials for him to be able to do that. And when you come into a career center, you take an assessment and you do all this stuff, and they'll put you in a work placement. But if that is not, you take that placement and you think that that's what you want to do, and you go into it and you're like, okay, actually, this is not for me. Like, this is not my vibe. This isn't what I thought it was going to be. You can come back and they will help you find a job that better suits you. Like, you are not just stuck with one career choice because that's what, you matched with on like the assessments and things. Like, there is definitely more options that the career advisors can help you with, um, which is great because, I mean, you could really go in there and be like, okay, this sucks. Like, I do not like this at all.
yeah,
And they can help you reevaluate and find something new that better suits you.
yeah. And I would caution people to not turn your nose up if it was kind of more of an entry level job, because then we also have the success story in Dylan Baker.
Yeah.
He came into the Kentucky Career Center as a client, needing a job. Got a. Do you remember the job that he had when he started?
No, but it was just like an entry level job at ARH.
He's in the executive level of the hospital at this point. And that was not long ago that he started with the entry level. So I guess my point is, even if you were offered a position that you think might not be where you want to spend the rest of your career, that's okay. Like, do it and do it well, and who knows what could happen. You may end up in the executive level of your organization too.
Yeah, one of the first stories I covered, it was a girl, she got her SRNA, but she wanted to go back to school and get her go for nursing. And, she came back to the Kentucky Career Center and they helped her with all of that. They helped her with a bunch of services that so she was able to do that. So definitely a myth that all you can do is blue collar and factory jobs. 100%. There's so much out there.
Yeah. And we're helping people get training in in-demand careers. And so, like I mentioned, EKCEP, that's one that we do, the SNRA, the lineman jobs. There's so many things that we're helping people um, get the training that they need so they're qualified for more exciting careers.
Absolutely. And that leads us to myth 3, and this one is you have to meet strict low income requirements to qualify for the Kentucky Career Center services. We hear this one a bunch, I feel like.
Hmm. Yeah. And the truth is, the access to the Kentucky Career Centers is pretty universal. Anyone seeking employment assistance, regardless of your income, should come in and and talk with us, because there is no income threshold that would qualify you. We mainly are looking to help people that are unemployed or underemployed or recently laid off, but you could have a decent job and not necessarily even be classified as low income, and we can still help you. We could still put you through school. If you're miserable in the job you have, come talk to us, because we could help you get the training you need to qualify for a totally different career.
Yeah, definitely don't count yourself out. It just takes one visit or one call to your local Kentucky Career Center. You can find all those on our website at ekcep.org/find a career. Also, if you are looking for your closest Kentucky Career Center, don't count yourself out because we are able to help anyone and everyone.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things I wish I could help people break that misconception of like counting themselves out, thinking, well, they probably can't help me because I da 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 da. And you
Yeah.
disqualify yourself before you ever even pick up the phone or walk through their door. And we would strongly encourage you to not disqualify yourself. Like, come in and talk to the people there and see if maybe there is something that they could do. Um,
Yeah. We
eh,
also sorry.
oh, it's okay. I was just gonna make sure we also mention like other barriers that people face. Like, we love to help vets. If you're a veteran,
Mhm.
we love to help youth. So if you're just like you're a senior in high school or just already graduated high school but still not finding your path, like, come on in and talk to us about that too.
Yeah, and even if you're an employer, we help a bunch of mom and pop shops big businesses, local, we support them all with on the job training and things like that. And that is not, income tested for the business at all. So, definitely reach out.
That's true, yeah, because sometimes I think employers might be self-disqualifying. They'll think, "Oh, my my business is too small," or "Our business is too big." And um, there's no cutoff for either one of those ranges. Like, we help very small businesses and we help large corporations, so
Yeah, my sister-in-law just opened a market in Olive Hill, the Olive Branch Market, and she's working with the Kentucky Career Center out of Northeast. And, they've been super helpful for her, finding her employees, whether that be, students or just adults, anyone that is wanting to help work there, they've been really great for her too. So that's a testament to, a small business that, just literally she just opened her doors 2, 3, 4 months ago, and they're doing so well.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you could even be, more interested in entrepreneurship
Uh-huh.
versus getting a job where you work for somebody else, and there's still ways that we can help you. So
Absolutely.
that slays. That is so cool.
Yes. Well, y'all, that is all we have for you guys today. We'll probably do a few parts of this myth busting series. But if you are looking for a job, want to advance your career, or if you're a business leader looking for skilled workers, EKCEP is here for you. You can find more information about EKCEP and all of our services at ekcep.org, or visit your local Kentucky Career Center, and you'll find the links to everything we mentioned today in the show notes. Anyway, have a great day, Eastern Kentucky, and let's get to work.